Okay, now you've got this big long list of all the desires and wants that you would love to have in your reality. Now, we don't use classic egotistical manifestation tools in the work I do. We get to the core of why you do not have that right now. Now, first of all, we might have a number of human needs on your list. So we're going to go through the list one at a time and ask yourself, why do you want that particular thing? I suggest you ask yourself why over and over again. How do you think it will make you feel is probably an easier way to get your why. You want that thing, that experience, because you believe it will make you feel a certain way. You can be honest and say you'd love to be loved. You really want someone to look after you. You really want to feel safe and cared for. Things that perhaps an independent person might be hesitant to admit. And when you have gone through your entire list and you've got this other list of how you believe these things will make you feel, that is the juiciest juice that you can find, because this reason you want things is implying that you don't have those core abundant needs in your human reality. Now, when we understand that we are a child of the universe and that we are fully supported, everything that we need to flourish is ready and available for us right now, always. Just as we get out of bed and we assume we're going to have air to breathe, we need to assume we will have everything to create our heart's desires. But we don't, because we're humans and we've been conditioned to believe otherwise. And so we look at the list of all of the reasons we think we need those desires. Now, there's nothing wrong with manifesting any of your desires. However, it's really, really crucial we understand why we want to manifest them, because if we can clear that urgency or that lack, we don't even have to put effort into manifesting or creating those desires. We literally magnetize those desires because we're in the flow of divine abundance. You see, in life, we are receiving everything we need all of the time. But we just don't see that it's available to us because we are head down, bum up, doing the work that society has told us we need to do in order to get ahead. But what we really need to do is clear the debris within ourselves that's stopping the natural flow. I'll give you a metaphor. Let's say the flow is a river. The river is always flowing. It doesn't stop flowing. Sometimes there's some rocks and trees and branches that get in the way of the flow, yet the river is always flowing. Now, what happens, and I have to say I've been guilty of this myself, is that when we're in the flow, we come up against some inspiration. We get an idea, and that is usually a divine piece of information that is our next step to move forward. And soon enough, if we stay focused on that and keeping in the flow, allowing divine timing and being curious about what else is coming your way to make this idea come to fruition, then we will let it unfold as it should. What many of us do is we jump out of the river and start running down the bank, or we jump into a jet boat and zoom down to the end of the river hoping to find the answers or to have the outcome. But that's missing the whole point of life. We must take the steps along the flow in the divine timing, being curious about the next step, co-creating by actioning each step along the way, and watching the outcome unfold without needing to know exactly what it's going to look like. When we can follow that inspiration, which may be a passion and an excitement, an idea to create something, without the expectations and assumptions of what it's going to look like, then we are fully present, just in the mode to receive the next sign available to us. But that's usually not what we do as humans. So I'm bringing your awareness to the fact that when you receive an idea that seems like it's out of the blue, it's because it is out of the blue. It's out of the cosmos. It's here to help you to take the next step. Often that's the easy part. We all have those moments. It's the following parts that trip us up. So that said, let's use one of your examples to say, I've had this idea. I've been spontaneously inspired, and you are going to be in the flow by removing any excuses or resistance or beliefs that would make that not an easy thing to happen for you. Let me give you an example. So I might say, I'm going to film some videos today. And then I could say, oh, but I don't know how to do the technical stuff. It's too complicated. Or I'm so tired today. I don't think I'll have my energy right. Or no one's going to watch that video anyway. It's just a waste of time. Oh gosh, I don't know which direction to go. And I can spiral in my human mind about any reason not to dive into creating the videos that I had an idea to do that morning. So the best thing to do is to write down all of those thoughts you're having, all of those excuses, and flip turn them into the opposite, which will then look like a list of positive affirmations. Now, sometimes we need to go a bit deeper than that and really witness the fear or the sadness or the depression or any other low vibe emotion that could be hidden within those excuses that we need to look at. Because sometimes we don't have the inspiration to complete the project of that desire. We have the inspiration so that we're forced to go deeper into our own healing. Now, healing is a funny word, but I'm using it because it's an easy one to understand. It helps us to have the reason to do the work on ourselves. Because otherwise, if we didn't have the fact we were going to miss out on something we desired, we wouldn't do the work. It's a bit like some people have to hit rock bottom before they'll make changes in their life. But like I said earlier, we don't have to get punched in the face by the universe in order to be on track or to have our awakening. We can simply be still and just listen to each moment. Now, this may all sound really intense, and how am I going to do that every day of the week for the rest of my life? Well, I suppose at first it can be a little bit of a job to do, but it's a self-discovery process. And once you get used to it, it's actually second nature. It becomes like a way of thinking, a way of being. And we need to realize that everything in life is a journey. And to commit to the journey to be your personal best means that you'll take the twists and turns and you'll do the deep diving. You'll accept all the emotions that you have and you will embrace the opportunities and believe in synchronicity and just tune in with the higher force at hand rather than efforting. Because when we clear the debris, clear the clutter from our subconscious mind and really know that we are supported by the universe, we become a magnet for miracles. We become a magnet for everything we want, everything our heart desires. Because we clear the thought or the belief that starts the process of the block in the first place. Remember, all things begin with thought. Thought is the first energy that sparks any physical, tangible thing, be it an illness, a physical product that you're making, a life experience. So if we can nip it in the bud in the very beginning, then we have the power to change our life and be in flow all of the time. Now, I invite you to grab hold of the guidebook sheets and really sink into the deep dive in your own personal time. This is just an overview of how you can start any journey that you want. Self-love, empowerment, spirituality, a new health regime, making more money, being more abundant, loving your life more, being happy, finding your purpose, finding your fulfillment. And I invite you to start today because your dreams are only a step away. Thanks for being with me. I look forward to seeing you next time.